Tommy and Tasha were unaware that Ghost had opened the nightclub Truth at the start of OG Power's first episode. In the end, this was Ghost's strategy for leaving the game. The following day, at the Club Truth's opening night, Ghost asked Tasha what she had anticipated from him when they first met. "The biggest goddamn drug dealer in New York City," Tasha retorted. "What if they could have more?" Ghost asked Tasha in response. Tasha informed Ghost that the club wasn't more, but rather less, since she knew that Ghost was referring to it. Remembering that Ghost was out back with Miguel Alvarez on opening night when Cantos asked him to show him the projected numbers, Tasha told him he could show her. Additionally, it should be noted that Tasha was in charge of Ghost and Tommy's business finances. Tasha was therefore fully aware of their profits and that the club numbers were insignificant in comparison to the drug operation. Tasha added that Ghost was the best at what he did after informing him that the club was smaller. A few episodes later, Tasha discovered that Ghost had opened the club by secretly taking money out of their savings account. Ghost tried to explain that the club might be their escape route when she confronted him about it, but he ended up saying that he doesn't know any old wrinkled drug dealers that are either dead or inside. However, Tasha told Ghost that she only wanted things to remain the same and that he was superior to them. From this point on, Ghost attempted to become legitimate and leave the drug trade for roughly 6 seasons. Tommy once told Rise that Ghost's transition from corner boys to owning the largest store in New York City was just another way for him to leave the drug trade, which suggests that Ghost started the plan to leave early. Returning to Ghost, he informs Tasha that he knows no elderly, wrinkly drug dealers, all of whom are either deceased or inside. Who are the elderly, wrinkly ex-drug dealers that Ghost used to know or hear about but who are now either dead or incarcerated? Tasha claimed that Ghost was the best at what he did, and it's possible that he was. However, regardless of your skill level, the longer you stay in the drug game, the more likely it is that your luck will eventually run out. The Funari brothers, who operated a prosperous drug empire for 20 years before being overthrown, are the ideal example of this in real life. The original Cannon, who narrated Raising Cannon Season 1, then remarked, "This ain't no office job. Every day is different. Something goes wrong just when you think you have your rhythm and routine down pat. There aren't any elderly people on these corners because of this. The business of this young man. You have to be quick on the streets. You have to be nimble. Additionally, your head must be as fast as your feet. The fight game and the drug game are interchangeable. Someone will always come after you. As a result, you're constantly stepping, throwing, and commanding that mother ring." The same thing that Ghost told Tasha about not knowing any elderly, wrinkly drug dealers is being said by the narrator once more. Kane even likened it to boxing, essentially stating that it's a sport for young men. It's possible that some of you witnessed the legendary Mike Tyson attempt to fight Jake Paul some time ago. Even though Mike Tyson was once a great fighter, he was only a shadow of his former self when he entered the ring at his current age. Similar to a boxing champion, when you hold the top spot in the drug game, someone is always trying to get you. It's similar to what Tommy said to Ghost about him and Ghost removing Breeze. You will stop at nothing to secure the top spot. However, Raising Cannon Season 4 features a number of elderly characters, some of whom are even elderly and wrinkly. Discussing Phil Russo and Stefano, 2 mob bosses, while Snaps and Pop Henry are the other old heads. Snaps and Pop were at least astute enough to leave the game and retire at one point, but they returned by funding Ronnie and Cannon's business. And since Stefano, Russo, Snaps, and Pop are older and still attempting to play a sport meant for young men, will their luck finally run out, and they will either die or end up inside? As Ghost mentioned, remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.